Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 67. We're going to dive into the news, and then we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct, then games we've been playing recently, and then we're going to close out the show. So, first bit of news is that Guardians of Galaxy 3 is currently indefinitely delayed. So, I think this was kind of expected, because I'm pretty sure they couldn't get like a new director and everything like that instantly, so might as well just put everything on hold for the time being.
Yeah, I also heard that Drax's actor, wasn't he like, he just doesn't want to do it anymore? Yeah,
Dave Bautista, he's like, I don't know if I want to work with Disney
yeah, because I
anymore.
know he was very, he really liked James Gunn, so like all of this was like real bad. So
Also, it's not just that, it's also like the principle behind, Disney kicking him and all that stuff. So
yeah,
I think it's that as well. So it's interesting to see on how this will develop because,
I, oh
Dave
yeah,
Dave Bautista definitely made Drax, his own character, I would say.
yeah. Also, I think he was the most like spoken about the whole issue. Like Chris
Yeah,
Pratt and him, like I felt like they spoke the most about it. So.
you are definitely right there. So it's definitely interesting to see on how this story is currently developing.
All right, so the next thing we have is the Smash Ultimate Limited Edition. They showed us during the direct, and oh no, never mind. That was the Switch version. Never mind. Yeah. Okay.
It's
I
something
should have
different.
different then. Okay. Uh, yeah, I was about to talk about the direct one. No, but yeah, they're making an ultimate, I guess limited edition one with a steel book and a pro controller, and it's gonna be $140. I feel like that's a lot. I mean, the Pro Controller looks fine, but I feel like it's not like fancy enough to justify that much. Also, the Pro Controller is like $70 by itself, so
Yeah, I mean, when you're taking in consideration the game and then the Pro Controller, I think it kind of makes sense. 140 I think is a fine price in my opinion, but I can see why some people would see it as expensive because Nintendo controllers or game controllers today are definitely on the much more pricier side nowadays.
yeah, especially the Pro Controller.
Mhm.
It's a very good controller, but yeah, it's very pricey.
Mhm. It looks nice though. The whole
Yeah,
Smash logo and everything.
yeah, it looks alright.
Okay, so we got the Nintendo Switch Indie Showcase, pretty much them showing a bunch of indie games. We're just going to breeze through some of the titles that we noticed in this Game Informer article. I know Bastion's one of them. I know
Yeah,
that
Bash.
they're re-releasing that.
Yeah,
So
Hyper
yeah,
Life Drifter was one. Oh, Towerfall was one.
Towerfall. I think that's definitely a game I might rebuy. Maybe,
Samurai Gun
possibly.
2.
Oh yes, a sequel to a pretty good game, I would say.
Um,
I
I'm
think
trying
there's
to
a
look.
game on here that where is it? God damn
I know people lost their mind about that Goose game because it looks stupid.
it!
So
Untitled Goose Game, early 2019.
yeah.
King of the Hat. I believe that was at SmashCon, but I didn't play it. It had like
Oh, was it?
it was like in the back corner of the building. But from what I saw in that Nindy showcase, it looked fun in some regards. Undertale, once again.
Yeah, Undertale is supposed to come out on Tuesday, I think. So
That's pretty cool. We're getting Jackbox 5 in October. Can't wait for
yeah,
that next month.
that's really good. The Messenger, which is a game people are talking about, it's like a Ninja Gaiden, like Metroidvania thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are liking that. Trendsetter is also coming out, which is also by Supergiant, who made Bastion.
Yep.
What else is here? Oh, they shadow dropped Into the Breach, which is the game the FTL people made, and I played it on PC. I think I talked about it, and it's pretty good, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
really good fit for the Switch as well.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And they like literally just dropped it during the direct, which is nice.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think that's it. You could check out the full direct in the description below if you like.
I don't think it was as good as the EU one, but it still had some good stuff in it.
Yeah, there's definitely some good games here.
All right, so we got first looked at Brie Larson. Is that how you said it?
Yeah, Brie Larson.
Okay, yeah, it's Captain Marvel. So like with the whole Guardians 3 thing being like delayed forever, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I know it's gonna be this movie and then Infinity War 2, right? Isn't that how that's supposed to be
Yeah,
happening?
the next Avengers.
Yeah.
And then
So
I don't know what they're gonna do after that, because I believe all of the contracts for like the original people, like freaking Chris Evans, freaking Robert Downey Jr., like all of their contracts expire or some shit like that.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to continue like being Iron Man forever. So
Yeah.
I think they're ready to like move on to other projects, which is fine. I see
Mhm.
them as these heroes though, so appreciate that they do want to branch out and like not do the same role for like 10. Well, they already did it for like 10 years, so I guess they're kind of sick of it.
More than 10 years.
Yeah, more than 10 years. Yeah, you're right.
So.
And yeah, again, I don't know much about Captain Marvel like at all, so
Mhm.
I guess I'm sure it's gonna be a good movie, but I don't know. I'm kind of happy to see that she's kind of making a big deal out of it because she's like the first, like, besides like Black Widow, she's gonna be like a really like big female superhero, so that's really cool in
Yeah.
the Marvel universe anyway.
And also, this movie's gonna take place like really deep in the past, so it's gonna be very cool to see on how they work with that. And then yeah, like you were saying earlier, I wonder what they're gonna do afterwards. Are they going to bring in like a new Captain America? Are they gonna do the Riri Williams, which is like the Iron Heart of the female Iron Man? I don't know what they're gonna do, but I know that they have some things planned and whatnot. Like I believe, um, Miss Marvel, which is like one of the more recent uh, freaking heroes. She's a female like teenager. She's Arab or something like that. She's part of a minority group. I know that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they plan on bringing her to the MCU, which I'm very excited about because I loved her the first run of her comic book. So, but yeah, I'm just curious as to what they're gonna do after Miss Marvel and the next Avengers, because it's literally up in the air at this point. Because
Yeah,
I believe they secured the deal with Fox, so that's also into question now. So.
yeah. If they finish all of this Marvel stuff, they probably just do like, I guess since they got like all the Fox stuff, they do like X-Men, I guess, right? Because doesn't Fox
Hmm.
own X-Men?
Yeah, X-Men. Wonder what they're gonna do with Deadpool. Fantastic
Yeah.
Four, especially, I think, is very important.
Yeah, I feel like they might go down that route instead because they already kind of finished up all this stuff. So I feel like the mutant thing is like a big thing they could still do. So
Hmm. Definitely interesting to see where they're gonna go from here. Okay, so the last bit of news is that we got confirmation that Insomniac Games, the developers of Marvel's Spider-Man, is working on a new game plus. And yeah, that is pretty cool. As a person that finished the game and thoroughly enjoyed it, I was expecting there to be a new game plus, but I guess it wasn't in the game just yet. So right now I'm just trying to 100% the game. But I think it's pretty cool that Insomniac Games is bringing back, new game plus in a way.
yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't there actually because usually the games have it. I know Ratchet and Clank has it since like the first one, so that's weird that they
Yeah.
just have it there. But it's gonna be free, right? Like that's like
Yeah,
free.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like okay,
100%. Probably just like a free update or something like that.
okay.
Okay, so let's dive into this direct. I put games here in the doc that pretty much I think me and you would only care about. So
Yeah,
all of the other like FIFA stuff and whatnot are not here. So we'll just jump from game to game, switch off. So I'll start off first. Luigi's Mansion 3. I actually didn't watch this live. I just watched it.
Oh, you
I
did?
was
Okay, I watched
yeah.
it live then.
So I was surprised that they started off with this game first. So
Yeah.
I guess they just wanted to, get the hype going, and then, hey guys, here's some 3DS stuff. Sorry about that. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch. Very exciting, I would say.
I got baited mad hard because I thought it was the remake, the Luigi's One remake on 3DS. I thought it was just some
Oh.
CG trailer. So then I'm okay, they're just opening up with 3DS like they usually do, and then it's like, oh, Luigi's Mansion 3. I did not expect that at all. And it looks like they're going back to like a one mansion thing because when it zoomed out to the title like screen, it showed like one really large mansion, which I
Mhm.
prefer. I didn't really like the whole multiple mansion stuff in two, so I'm glad to try and go back to like how one was just one big mansion. I prefer that over the multiple mansions in two.
Yep, I think that definitely sounds a lot better, because I think the way The reason why they did it in Dark Moon or the second game was because it was on the 3DS. It was forced to be portable. But now with the Switch, it's, both a home console and a portable device. So I think going back to the one mansion deal is a smart move.
Yeah. Again, that was just they didn't really say anything about it, but it looks like it might be a one mansion thing. All right, so next we got, and then this went into 3DS stuff for a little bit. We got Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, which is basically just Kirby's Epic Yarn from the Wii to the 3DS. I really liked Epic Yarn. I don't know if you played it. I know you played it.
Yeah.
Oh,
you played Epic Yarn. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I liked Epic Yarn. I thought it was, it was a fun experience. It was really easy, but it was still really fun. Bringing it to 3DS, it actually looks pretty good on 3DS, but it's not really something I'm going to care about. Like, they added some new game modes where you could play as, Meta Knight and DDD.
And a couple of extra powers or whatever.
Yeah, but, I don't think that's worth it. If you already played it on Wii, I think you're pretty set.
Yeah, I would say so, too. But personally, when I first played it, I kind of, sped run through the game, so, I didn't care about, getting, all of the 3, tokens or whatever each level, which nowadays I'm, kind of OCD about that when it comes to
I did all of that. Yeah,
finishing the game. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't do that. So maybe I'll buy it. I'm not entirely sure. Probably not. But yeah, it's definitely pretty cool that they're bringing these old games onto the 3DS. Obviously, it would be cool if they were on the Switch, but I think putting it on the 3DS is a lot easier and probably a lot faster for development time or whatever. So
yeah,
definitely very cool. Then the next 3DS game was Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. I see this trend happening with the Mario and Luigi games on the 3DS since I guess they don't want to pump out a new Mario and Luigi game just yet. They're just remaking the old ones on the DS onto the 3DS with a little extra side bonus sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I love Bowser's Inside Story, to be honest, but
yeah, me too.
I don't know if I'm gonna rebuy it.
I'm not, because it's it seems kind of unnecessary. It was on DS, it was fine. I don't know why they felt like having it to 3DS. I feel like Partners in Time needed this more, just because it was a little more rough. It kind of needed a little more polish to it. So I don't know why they're doing it to Bowser's Inside Story. I guess because more people like it, so it'll sell more. But still. Yeah,
and that's scheduled for January 11th of next year. So.
But yeah, if you haven't played it, you should play it. Anyone that hasn't played it, because it's really good. It's my favorite Mario and Luigi one.
It's pretty good.
And the next thing, and this is the reason why we knew this direct was happening or I guess yesterday, was the update for Splatoon. It was 4.0 or something. It showed a bunch of new sub-weapons and specials. And that's about it. And some weird anime opening thing. It was really weird. And Mario Tennis Aces, I forgot. Well, what did they show in that?
They showed off new characters. I believe one of them was Birdo, Shy Guy, and then Paratroopa, and then another one. I could just check the Nintendo Twitter. I probably should have wrote it down.
They were wearing hats or something. I forgot.
I was half paying attention. Okay, so
yeah, me too.
It's Birdo, Shy Guy, Paratroopa, and PV the Piranha, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, new characters along with the co-op challenge mode. So yeah, just a free update sort of thing.
I know a lot of people were disappointed with that game. So
because it's a fighting game in a way, but not really.
That part looked cool, but I don't know. I don't know if it actually worked too well.
Some characters are just broken. So
I heard people were complaining about Boo or something.
Yeah, Boo's you can't predict the shot properly, I guess, compared to other characters, because it's a tricky character, and Bowser Jr. is pretty good too, and some other characters I can't name on the top of my head. But yeah, it's like a fighting game, but not really, and it's really stupid. But yeah, moving on, we got New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I think this was leaked or something like that. This was talked about.
Was it?
Yeah, something like that. People were like, "Oh no, I don't want New Super Mario Bros. On my Switch." But I'm like, if they're going to redo the Wii U one, I don't mind, because we haven't had one in a while since the Wii U came out.
Yeah, that was 2012. So yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So now they're redoing it. Yeah, they got rid of Blue Toad. Rest in peace. Nabbit is now a main character that can be played for those that don't know how platformers work or don't want to take damage so easily. And then they also added Super Luigi U as like free, content
Yeah,
attached to
that's
it.
really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because personally, I was going to buy it, like the physical copy, but then I realized that game is really expensive on eBay because it was limited print and everything like that. So I'm glad that they're just,
Oh, really? I haven't.
yeah. So I'm glad that they're just tacking it onto this edition of the game. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not excited for it, but it's gonna be a nice game to have to play once again.
Yeah, I mean, I think the DS New Super Mario Brothers, like the first one, was still the best one. But I do think New Super Mario Brothers U was like the second best. So I'm kind of glad they're porting it.
Hmm.
It's also showing that they're basically porting everything on the Wii U to the Switch. So it wouldn't surprise me we see like Mario Maker and like Mario 3D World at some point as well, because it's just
Yeah,
porting everything.
yeah, and the way Nintendo does ports is like a trend where it's like they just have to add something new to it
Yeah,
because I feel like they're like we don't like just straight up ports. We got to make it different somehow. So
I appreciate that.
yeah, same.
Even though I won't buy it, I appreciate it. All right, so the next thing is Karamari Damacy. This is a remake of the first one. It's called Karamari Damacy Reroll.
Yep.
I don't know much about this series. I just know you roll things. I'm like a ball. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
So, I know people are really excited for it. This was the thing that was leaked for me. Like, I saw it right before the direct aired. Someone leaked this. So I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I know a lot of fans of this series are very excited. I think it was on like GameCube or something. I can't really remember.
PS2, I believe.
Oh, PS2 was it? Okay.
Yeah. Personally,
Yeah,
I'm actually excited to play it because this is a PS2 game that I've always wanted to play, but just never got around to it, So I'm glad it's coming to the Switch and in full
yeah,
glorious HD and whatnot. So hopefully it runs well because I believe this is not coming to other platforms as far as I know. So maybe
it
I should
might. It won't
check
surprise
that
me.
out real quick. But yeah, buying it on the Switch would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard a lot of praise for it, so I might pick it up as well.
Yeah, actually, it's coming to PC later
Oh, it is.
or
Okay. So
something like that.
Is the Switch first or something?
Actually, no. I think it's gonna be released at the same time, sometime in
Oh,
December/winter, something like that. So, yeah, if you want to play Katamari Damacy on the PC as well, that's gonna be a thing.
oh, okay.
Then we got Nintendo Switch Online. They
It
did a
sucks.
they did a little video presentation. I thought it was pretty cute. Pretty
It was
much
cute, but it sucked.
pretty much like marketing. But yeah, it like doesn't do much. So they were like
It was literally everything we knew.
they were pretty much like, hey, you can play online with your friends. I could do that before, but now we gotta pay for it. And then it's like,
Yeah,
here's the
acting like it's
NES
a
games.
positive. Yeah.
Here's the NES games, and it's like, oh look, we got these NES Joy Cons that you can buy to get the full experience. I'm like, all right, Nintendo.
Yeah, and what you call it? But the special offers are like, oh, we'll tell you more about it later. But I'm like, yeah, it comes out in like 4 days. What are you talking about? We'll tell you later. We should know this now before we get the membership. What are you talking about?
It's probably some like discounts or something really bad. Cause like ever since Club Nintendo ended, they haven't done anything really cool with like rewards
Yeah.
and special offers, I would say. So I don't know. But we're gonna be forced to buy it anyways. $20 a year, or if you want to do the family plan, 2 or more members, $35 a year. So
hmm See,
I
like
mean,
the price
yeah, like
is like meaningless because $20 a year is nothing, but like it's still annoying.
like the price is definitely the best part of it because it's like it's pretty cheap, but it's cheap because of how little of the features there are right now.
And, yeah, and they're basically stripping something from us that was free and making us pay $20 now. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, yes, cloud saving is very nice, but that should also just be a thing, Like, because on the top of our games right now, it says if your subscription expires, your cloud data gets erased. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty bad. So yeah, this whole thing it just seems so backwards still, and it's amazing because they have like 2 years to basically plan this whole online thing out, and they're still like, it's the same thing they've been telling us for the past year. So I don't know. I'm still very lukewarm about it, as in I hate it, but I'm gonna pay for it anyway. So, ugh. Oh yeah, also with the announcement, they announced the NES Joy-Con, so I guess you could
Yeah.
play your NES games with it, and they look cool, but they're also like $60.
Yeah,
So
bro, $60. Want to play? Want to play some NES games that you had to buy with $20 a year, and then you buy $60 controllers that only work with the Nintendo Switch Online.
it's also like NES games kind of suck. Like there's like the original Mario's are good, but like the original Zelda kind of sucked. The original Metroid kind of sucked. You know, like Mega Man's are cool, but like most of them are just so like I don't want to play that. I want to play Ghosts
Like,
and Goblins.
if they gave us like the whole NES library, which I doubt, at launch, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna expand the library further down we get with the Nintendo Switch Online lifespan. But
Yeah,
in reality, NES games aren't exactly the greatest, I would say.
they're not.
So
No, I'm just yeah. People are really not happy about it. But, what are you gonna
understandable.
do? Yeah. All right. So Diablo 3 is coming. This is also like announced before the direct even happened. That's coming out November 2nd. So I think that's like the first day of BlizzCon as well. So they're probably gonna do something there. But yeah, I mean that's pretty sick. Diablo makes a really good portable experience. You know, you kind of just go around killing monsters, doing dungeons and stuff. I don't think I'll buy it launch day, but if it goes like real cheap, I might buy it on Switch because Diablo 3 on the go just seems like extremely good. So
Yeah, it seems
yeah,
like their jam.
yeah, it's pretty good.
We got some more footage of Super Mario Party, reiterating some of the new modes and whatnot in the game, and I'm still really excited for the game, to be honest. This looks
Yeah, it looks
like
pretty cool.
back to form Mario Party, I would say.
It only took them like what, like 3 games or something to finally get like people like the board game part.
Probably like 5 games, including those really bad 3DS titles, but yeah. It took
Oh
them
yeah,
a
you're
while
right.
to
Yeah.
finally get back to what Mario Party was as like, a 4-player sort of board game. And then they also added these new modes on top. I believe one of them's co-op, which I watched on, and it
Yeah.
looked pretty cool. Like a little fun game mode to play with your friends. So yeah, definitely excited for this one. October 5th is the release date.
Yeah, looks pretty good. All right, so Game Freak, they finally announced a new IP. Game Freak are the people who make Pokemon, if you weren't aware. It's just a game called, I think it was Town, actually.
Yep, town. Oh yeah, town. My
Yeah.
bad.
Um, yeah, we don't know much about it. It looks pretty nice. It's like a RPG basically. He fought a monster. It looked like turn-based combat, and I'm assuming by the name of the game, it's probably like a town builder also. Like you just help build up the town and like defend it from monsters. That's my best guess. We don't really know much besides that it's coming out in 2019. But I'm just excited Game Freak's like making something new on the Switch. Like that makes me pretty excited because they're always chained down to Pokemon a lot of the time, so I always like it when they could do something different. So,
All right.
do you have any take on that? When do you see?
Personally, the art style looked pretty nice. I really like the
Yeah,
art
I like the
style.
art style. Yeah,
It looked pretty cool. But Game Freak and new IPs. One thing I learned is that their games are really short, and
yes.
supposedly, that game is only taking place in that one town. So I wonder how much content they're gonna get from that. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's what I mean. That I think it's like about building up their town. That's what I'm guessing. And I guess you just go out, gather stuff, defend it from monsters. That's what I'm thinking. And I seen that concept be expanded. Like what was that game? Dragon Quest Builders. Yeah, that game did sound really similar to that. And it worked out. It was a great game. So if they do something like that, it could easily not get boring. It just depends on how they do it. Just gotta make it
hmm
interesting.
yeah, just gotta make it look appealing, other than the art style.
Yeah.
Next game, Damon X Machina. I think that this is a game you're definitely looking at.
Yeah. I'm still
Uh,
really excited for it.
yeah, it looked like pretty cool.
It kind of just showed more robots fighting each other, and it looks great. It reminds me a lot of like Xenoblade Chronicles X, just how the art style looks very much like that. And I never played Armored Core, but a lot of people saying it looks a lot like Armored Core, and a lot of people love that series. So I'm happy to sort of gain like a not spiritual successor, but sort of just a game like it. I'm still pretty hyped for it. Coming out next year, still we have no date, but it's looking real solid from what I've been looking at. The frame rate I thought was going to be a lot worse. It does look like it dipped a little bit in the trailers we've seen, but nothing like too major. I just hope they kind of like fix it to be like maybe a steady 30, because it does look like it drops below that sometimes.
As long as it didn't look like that city building game that they showed
off.
Oh,
yeah, City Skylines. Oh my god, what happened? I know that game could barely run on PC anyway, so I don't know why they thought it would be a good idea to bring it on Switch. But...
especially during that direct, I was like, ooh, that frame rate, that's definitely like sub 20.
And they were lucky to do a shadow drop on it, because like, ooh, I'm pretty sure the reviews on that are not so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those frames did not look good. All right, so Yoshi's Crafted World. This was teased like all the way back when the Switch was like announced, right, or something, or like one of the first directs about the Switch. I forgot.
I think it was
with Kirby. It got announced.
I think it was yeah. It was with Kirby. That was during E3 or something like that. So It was a while ago, definitely.
Yeah. I never played Willy World. I know you did, right?
Yeah, that game's fun.
Oh, you liked it? Okay.
Yeah.
I never played Willy World, so I don't really know. Is the whole 3D thing new? Like him, like kind of walking like a 3D plane? Because it looked like it was.
Yeah, that's definitely a new mechanic. Like going inside of the actual stage and like going backwards and all that stuff. It definitely looks really fun. I'm glad that they're continuing with like this solo Yoshi sort of game, because I'm pretty sure they were like, hey, look, Willy World did pretty good. Why don't we do a new one, but with crafts? So. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for this one, spring 2019. It looks very promising. I hope that this game also does really well, because, more Yoshi games is all good in my book.
Yeah, I mean, I never played Willy World. I hope they... Oh, I mean, it's on 3DS, I think.
Yeah.
Recorded on 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. I might give this one a shot. I kind of skipped the other one because I was kind of done with the Wii U at that point. But, I don't know. I'm hoping it will be good.
Yeah. We got Civ 6 on the Switch, November 16th. I think that is a surprise addition to the Switch library for me, anyways.
Yeah. This was also leaked because when they were supposed to do the direct last week, it got leaked that Civ 6 was supposed to be on Switch. But it is a pretty big like deal, because I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna work. I mean, they could use touchscreen controls when you're playing it handheld, but in terms of using dock mode, I have no idea how this thing is gonna control. But what they showed of the gameplay looks pretty nice. Like it looks like it was running pretty well on the Switch. I mean, I don't know. They didn't show much gameplay, but it looks pretty good on Switch. So, and I feel like again, this would make a perfect game on Switch, because it has that really addictive nature. Like one more turn, and then you would never end it, because you just bring it to it for you on your bed and just like pass out. So I think it's a really good addition to the Switch library. All that really matters now is how it runs and how it controls, because I have no idea how this thing is going to control, because it's kind of made for like a mouse and keyboard, so almost a mouse really.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I would imagine that there's going to be like a lot of touch screen sort of like handheld mode controls, hopefully, because if not, that would definitely be a shame.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be like more enjoyable handheld because of the touch screen. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next we have the Starlink Battle for Atlas. I've been paying more attention to this game because they when was it? They showed more gameplay with Fox in it. I'm like, this actually looks really fun. Yeah,
E3 once again.
Yeah, was it E3?
Yeah.
I feel like okay. Yeah, well, they showed more gameplay with Fox in it, and then I'm like, this looks fun. Like, I'm gonna buy this game and just pretend it's a Star Fox game. And there you go. But the more and more I see of it, the more and more I'm like, yeah, it actually looks really good for a Switch game as well. Like, I know like they have to. I think they're doing some dynamic resolution things to make it work. But with the gameplay they've shown, it looked like it hasn't like went below 30 FPS. So they're doing it, dude. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
And in terms of the trailer they showed here, it's mostly just like Wolf, and he's like eating the arm or something. I don't know what's happening there.
Teasing Wolf and the enemy for the Star Fox missions, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Apparently Ubisoft is just saying that. Think of it more as a crossover and less of a cameo, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Like he's in the story, they just put him in the story. It's pretty cool. I'm glad Ubisoft is really, taking care of this franchise and Nintendo isn't. So.
Yeah, because they're like, we want more opportunities to work with your stuff, so we're gonna make sure this is done right.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this game. My question is how well it's gonna do, because I believe it still requires you to like buy the toys or whatever. So
yeah, I mean it's like it's a Toys to Life thing, but you can buy it digitally, so you don't have to buy the toy, but it's still kind of dumb because I don't
Uh-huh.
want to do that. But
Yeah.
the game itself looks fun. I don't know. This is a game I'm gonna wait for reviews, obviously, but it does have my interest, mostly because of Fox, but it does look pretty fun. So
Yeah, man. Star Fox, let's go.
yeah, probably better than Zero, because I know Zero didn't do so well. So
Alright, we got a new Xenoblade Chronicles 2 expansion, if I am correct. The
yeah,
Golden
it comes
Country.
out today.
Yeah,
Actually.
it comes out today, the 14th, if you own the expansion, or the 21st. So, Xenoblade Chronicles fans definitely got more content on their hands, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Again, I'm very new about this, but they are making a physical edition, which is the one coming out in the 21st, which I think is pretty cool. But I already have the expansion pass, so I'm not gonna waste money on that.
But yeah.
Yeah, not much to go on because they already went over it multiple times. After that, this is kind of like a tease of what was to come anyway. The Smash Switch bundle, which is coming out in the 2nd of November.
Along with the GameCube controllers and all that stuff.
Yes, along with the GameCube controller and stuff like that. And I think it kind of looks not good. I mean, like, I feel like the decal on the dock is just like whatever. Like, it kind of just looks like someone put a sticker on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Joy-Cons is just like two like lines. I could just get like a Sharpie, like a white Sharpie, and do that on my Joy-Cons.
Look, man, someone's gonna do that and get that Twitter clout, if you know what I'm saying.
Someone's gonna get a bunch of like Twitter like likes or whatever as soon as they do that. So I don't know. Like I feel it's kind of underwhelming. Like mostly because of the Let's Go EV or whatever bundle they had. I think that one looked a little better.
Yeah, because the Joy-Cons were actually like different colors and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the EV brown and like Pikachu yellow. This one's kind of just like, oh, it's a line and that's it. So
yeah, and check out the sick dock.
yeah, I'm not really that convinced on it, but it's cool that they're getting a bundle. Like if you don't have a Switch and you just want Smash,
yeah,
just get this one.
Definitely a Smashers bundle if you don't have a Switch still for whatever reason. But yeah.
Yeah.
That is definitely pretty cool. And then we got Isabelle as a new fighter.
Yeah.
Did you even like expect her to be in the game, like at all?
I expect her to be an Echo, but apparently if you go to her website, she's not an Echo. So I guess she's like a Luigi or Dr. Mario type thing, where she's different enough to be her own character. But I did expect her to be in the game at some form. So.
In some way, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
I sort of expected like an assist trophy, but a fighter, all right, I'm fine. I'm down with it. I don't get people who get like really upset over like certain characters becoming a fighter in the game, because like there's no rhyme or meaning to it really, because like they're in the game, you can't do anything about it. What's the point of you being upset?
I mean, you ever have like Simon Belmont, Ridley, King K. Rool?
Yeah.
Like they're starting to run out of people I really want anyway, so I'm totally okay with Isabelle. So.
Mm-hmm. At this point, whoever Sakurai decides to put in, I'm all game, as long as it's not anything Fortnite related, to be honest. At this point.
Minecraft
oh god, please just no like trendy games. Like just stay away from that. As long as we stick with like major Nintendo titles that actually have roots within Nintendo and its history, I'm fine with it. Because Solid Snake, the GameCube game, the first game's remake or whatever. So
yes.
Definitely makes sense for him to be gaming or whatever.
Yeah, as long as it's not like Mimika. I don't want like Goku or something. Just keep it like gaming history related or whatever. And then with that announcement, we got Animal Crossing 2019. It's coming out next year probably. So
we finally got a release window, but before then, people were just like, when's it coming? Like that, they were just like annoying Nintendo, and then they were like, fine, we'll just give you a screenshot. It'll say 2019. Done.
See, I don't know why people were like scared it wasn't gonna happen. Like,
yeah,
Animal Crossing has been every console since your release. Like, even I know the Wii U doesn't really count, but it was still there. Like, it was been on GameCube, DS, 3DS, Wii, and Wii U, and now Switch. Like, it's not like a dead franchise. It's not like F-Zero or something. So I knew it was gonna happen. People were just freaking out for no reason. I mean, it's cool to be excited that's coming out next year, but like they were just afraid it was never gonna happen. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, it's right.
Look, man, some people just don't don't believe in Nintendo and their decisions. I'm pretty sure they were just waiting for like a right time, because they don't want each year to be so stacked with games. They want to spread them out, obviously. So
It seems next year is pretty stacked though, because we got
yeah.
this, what you call it, Fire Emblem, Pokemon, like the actual next Pokemon game.
Mhm. Metroid.
Luigi's Mansion 3, Metroid, maybe. We don't know yet. But yeah, next year's looking real good for Nintendo. This year was kind of a, kind of like a slow burn, like until the end of the year where we got Let's Go and Smash. But
Yeah.
I think next year is going to look like a really strong year for Nintendo. So.
Mhm. So they're just setting themselves up for success at this point.
I mean, overall, I think the direct was a lot better than I thought it was. I was so ready to just be like, this is going to be like a nothing direct. But it
Yeah.
had a lot more stuff than I thought, so that's good. I'm happy.
Mhm. They definitely showed a lot. The games they did show had me very intrigued. Luigi's Mansion 3 is definitely the highlight, I would say, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's the one I really didn't expect. Like Animal Crossing is like whatever. Like I love Animal Crossing, but I kind of knew that was gonna happen anyway. Luigi's Mansion
Yeah.
3 kind of got me, so yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty good direct.
Yeah, it was pretty okay. Yeah.
Slightly above average, I would say. But before we move on, there was like a whole thing with, like some people getting upset that it was delayed because of like the tsunami or whatever, and like personally, as a person who like took a culture class before I like ended my community college degree or whatever, I learned that in different cultures certain things are different. So obviously within Japan it's a collectivist sort of thing. So because the tsunami happened, Nintendo felt that we should just delay it. So, and to those
Oh
people
yeah,
that were upset, 100% were American and 100% didn't go to school. So,
yeah. No, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, like people are just like, "Where's my Nintendo Direct?" I'm like, "Dude, it's like a tsunami and stuff hit. I'm like, just give them a sec, you know."
yeah.
I did find it a little weird that every other company just released their stuff anyway. Like the Mega Man 11 demo was probably supposed to come out because it came out the day the direct was supposed to happen, but it did it anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
like it was clear that the other companies didn't really care. But I think it was still nice on Nintendo. Like all right, we'll wait a little bit because after this whole disaster it goes away. Like, I think that was nice enough.
It was probably because they already had it set to release then,
That
so
too, yeah.
maybe they just couldn't delay it or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely like a culture thing that people just didn't understand. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, no, I totally respected their decision there.
mm-hmm. All right, moving on from that little tangent I went off. Let's get into the games we've been playing recently. So I believe you went first last time, so I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see if I could remember other than Spider-Man. So Spider-Man PS4. I'm gonna upload a full game review later today when this is gonna be uploaded. But the game is awesome. It's really good. Definitely the best Spider-Man game we've had so far when it comes to open world Spidey games. The story, if you know Spider-Man, it can definitely get very predictable. But even if you don't know Spider-Man, which I wish I said this in my review because I wasn't really thinking, I said if you didn't know Spider-Man, you would probably enjoy the story a lot more. But in reality, like if you don't know these characters, it's gonna be harder for you to follow, because
Yeah.
it's like jumping into like the middle of a comic book sort of thing. Because this is 8 years into Peter's career as Spider-Man, so yeah. The game is definitely meant for Spidey fans, so just keep that in mind. And then obviously I've been playing some League. That's a thing. I don't think there's anything else I've been playing. But I finally caught up with My Hero. So
Hey.
finally caught up. Show's great. Awesome. I started watching some Dragon Ball Super.
Okay.
I skipped all of the movie episodes. So like,
Yes. Yeah.
so I just skipped all that. I'm not even into the tournament yet, so I'm like 3-4 episodes in or something like that because they're trying
I'm
to
really the same way.
yeah, so they're trying to like find people or whatever. Then I watched a bunch of movies. So let me just start off with a really bad one, The Package. It's a
The
Netflix movie.
Package.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. That's what you did. You said Netflix movie. It's all
It's a Netflix movie. It's
Yeah.
it's pretty bad, but I was laughing at it because it was that bad.
That's good.
And then Ex Machina, obviously that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. I heard of that.
it definitely messed with my head at the end. Just like what's it called? What's that other movie that he directed? Let me see. Ex Machina. Shit. Where's the director? Freaking Annihilation. That movie
Right.
that movie messed me up because I was like, what's going on? Like at the end, I was like, what the hell's going on? But Ex Machina was a little bit easier to follow. And then on some other movies I watched on Netflix because we were just doing like movie nights over at my house or whatever after like LCS. So we watched Seven. That's a really old 1995 movie with freaking Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
And then The Truman Show. It's a
Okay.
movie that you
Yeah.
definitely just need to watch. Just like not know anything about it, just watch it. So, and that's a pretty old movie, 98. And then a more recent movie that I'm not sure if it's still in theaters. It's called The Searching or Searching. It's pretty much about a dad trying to find his girl, his daughter. So, and it's told from the perspective of only screens. So it's definitely
Okay.
a very cool movie. Like it's supposed to be like a found footage movie, but it actually keeps you engaged because it's not just the camera; it's all on like a computer screen, like a Mac or like the iPhone or whatever. So it's
Oh,
definitely a
okay.
pretty cool concept, and it's executed pretty well. And yeah, it's a great movie. I love it. But yeah, I think that's all I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. So let's move it to Damian. What have you been playing, good sir?
I played a little bit of Spider-Man. And from the little bit I played, yes, it's really good. Wait, did you ever play Spider-Man 2?
Of
Like,
course.
yeah, you did, right?
Of
And Ultimate
course.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Of course, yeah. Because you showed me
I
Ultimate
think
Spider-Man. I was like, I bet.
yes, I did show you Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah. And I think it does beat those two, like hands down. Also, I love Sonic, so that's also gonna have some bias into it. But besides, I haven't played too much. I'm gonna play more in the next podcast. Obviously, I'm probably gonna beat it. But other things I've been doing before Spider-Man came out, I also bought Monster Hunter. It came out on Switch, and I think that's a really good game for Switch because the game is just you just kill things and you get their parts and that's it. And doing it on the Switch is very nice. And unlike the 3DS Monster Hunters, it doesn't control like garbage because I hate the circle pad, and the C stick nub sucks too. So able to have like just full analog control over yourself and the camera is very appreciated, and I like it. So yeah, it's very good on Switch because I can actually control my character, and I hate the 3DS circle pad. But again, I haven't played too much of that either. Another thing that came out this week was I know you probably don't care, but Adventure Time ended, and that was pretty sad.
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched that for like 8 years because it came out like 2010, and it ended. I'm like, it was a very rushed ending, but it was nice. I did like it. I tried to like basically fix all the plot holes that show had because it just had spaghetti plot, and it didn't really do it that well. But you know what? I appreciate it. It was a very nice ending, and it was good. I liked it. Watching that show for 8 years, is just like it's just weird because I'm like, wow, it's been that long. I was like in middle school when that happened. That's so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised how much of an impact it had on people too, because they're like, it was number one on trending, like the ending bit to it was number one on trending on YouTube for like 2 days. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. It was a part of a lot of people's lives. So
Yep.
yeah, I was happy that I had a nice send off. So that was good. And not like regular show, which just got like shitted on by the Cartoon Network. It's just like, there you go, it's over, goodbye. I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. But with Revenge Time, it got a nice send off, so that was nice. Besides that, I think that was it. Haven't really done much. So
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about today, Damien?
no, I think that's it.
All right. So that is the end of the Two Players Podcast episode 67. We will see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode.
See you. Don't worry, my mic will be back next one.